welcome to this very first episode on the JB Wargamer 87 channel in coalition with Striking Scorpion 82, and that means more battle reports on the channel and in support of my brother and myself as well. So here we go. It is matched play 9th edition and we're playing 1500 points, kind of like the memories of 4th and 5th editions. Like, it was quite popular back then. So this is a strike force that we're going to be using in our game, and the terrain is kind of narrative. So basically the Cadian 18th Army Group has their divisions and their specialities. So this division is going to be taking on the Eldar. So the Eldar, a classic enemy of the Imperial Guard, aren't they, Josh?
Sure are.
They sure are. So we're going to be fighting in this military compound, and the Imperial Guard have to hold this at all costs, otherwise the Eldar will take this objective and the world will be theirs. So we're going to explain about what the terrain looks like, just give you a quick look, and then we're going to show you the lists. This is just some of the terrain. This is from Mad Gaming Terrain. So it's really nice terrain that we use in the SSWG. They're one of our sponsors. We do thank them very much. And also, I am also sponsored by GameMat.eu. They are awesome. They provide the battle mats and terrain as well. So I'll just give them a shout out because they are my sponsors on this channel. So I've got the classic Forge World network, trench network, which is pretty cool. We've been using the rules for that, but the guns and bunkers, they'll be inactive for the purpose of the game. You have the Sky Shield landing pad and also the Mad Gaming terrain. So pretty simple terrain, a few bits and barrels and that kind of thing, and a few foliage and that kind of thing. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take you through my list, and then we're going to show you Josh's Eldar, and they look very, very pretty. Before I go through the list, I want to do an honourable mention to my Patreons. So we have Captain Taylor Grays highlighted in the red, so that is him. He is in command today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it in turns just to make it fair for those that are supporting. But those that are still captains in my Patreon tier will still get to command a vehicle at least. So we have Marcus Fraze. He is a tank commander represented in this game. And then we have Patrick Darling, which is this tank here, Lehman Russ #1. And then we have Devin Matthews. He is in command of Lehman Russ #5. So that one is to there. And then we have Rowan Douglas, White Shield. So he's going to represent in our game. So those are the honourable shout outs to my patrons. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. If you want to be a part of my battle reports and have an honourable mention and be represented in my games of Warhammer 40K, do check out my Patreon page, and if you want to support me, that would be absolutely fantastic. So do check that out. So it's www.patreon.com/JBWargamer87. So if you want to stand for Cadia and have great honour in battle for the Emperor and for the channel, do check that out. So thank you to all those who are supporting me on bronze, silver and gold levels. So this is my 1500 points of the 18th Cadian Army Group, the Astra Militarum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through what I've got in this list. So I have a Spearhead detachment, so it's -3 command points out of the 12, and then another -1 for a tank ace, and a further -1 to have a formation from the Vigilus campaign book. So the upgrades that I've gone for is for the Warlord. He is the company commander, represented by one of my patrons, Captain Grays. He is in command of this force today, so it is his turn to command. And his Warlord trait is he's got the Relic of Loscadia, so that's the relic that he has, and I'm going to go for the Grand Strategist Warlord trait, so he'll be refunding the command point on a 5+ whenever he spends it once every battle round, so he's pretty cool. He's got a bolt pistol as his war gear and a close combat weapon. And then next to him is the Astropath. His powers, of course, Smite, which with an Astropath is only 1d6 to cast, and he has a Night Shroud Psychic Discipline. So then for the second in command is Tank Commander Marcus Thrace. He has a regular battle cannon, no hunter killer missile. I didn't have the points to spend for that, but he's got sponson heavy bolters and a hull mounted las cannon, so he's pretty well equipped. So he is the tank commander, and he has the tank ace ability and special relic that he has. So actually I need to spend another CP because he does have a relic of choice, and that is the flat 3 damage as opposed to D3 for the purposes of issuing damage with his primary weapon for the battle cannon, so that's a pretty cool upgrade. And then he has the tank ace ability, which is the Steel Commander trait, which means that he can issue an additional order to another Leman Russ, so that is pretty cool stuff there. And then accompanying the platoon we have a Valkyrie Vendetta. They are a lot better now than they used to be, with all the enhancements and no minuses for moving for heavy weapons for vehicles. That is absolutely a fantastic choice to have, and even deadlier when they're in hover as well, because they're +1 ballistic skill to hit, so they're hitting on 3s with las cannons, so it's pretty cool. And then we have Patrick Darling and his command tank. So he's not a command tank, he's just a regular Leman Russ representing this game. So he is driving a Leman Russ Executioner, and he's got the sponson plasma cannons and hull mounted las cannon and the Executioner plasma cannon as well. Then we have another Patreon, Devon Matthews. He is in control of this Leman Russ, so this is your tank, Devon. Thank you for your support. One of some of the new patrons that are supporting on the channel. It's exactly the same combination as the other Leman Russ that Patrick is in command of. And then we have 2 heavy weapon squads of mortars. They are really, really good light artillery to support the infantry. And then we have Rowan Douglas. He is Rowan Douglas, the White Shield. White Shield Rowan Douglas, or White Shield Douglas. Douglas Rowan. So it's awesome. Thank you, Rowan, for your support. So he represents a White Shield in this particular mission. And we have 20 White Shields as the troops choice. And then we have 2 regular infantry squads. The sergeants equipped with a chainsword and las pistol, and the rest are equipped with las guns, so lots of shots for them. And then we have a squadron, so it's 1 unit, so it's not split into individual sentinels, making the most of the stratagem. It's a little cheeky tactic. So it's 3 armoured sentinels, all equipped with las cannons, and then the last unit to choose that I've chosen is the Wyvern, equipped with the Storm Shard mortars. So that works out at 1499 points, so it's not quite 1500 by 1 point, but there you go, that's the list. And I'm going to look see this amazing Eldar army that Josh has brought along today, and I've got to do the chant like on my brother's channel, and Josh knows. Cadia stands. Let's take a look at Josh's list. Right, so this is Josh's 1500 points of Eldar, and I have to say they look very, very pretty, but war isn't pretty, is it, Josh?
Oh no.
So but amazing paint job. That is one of the painting commissioners. What's his?
don't have a studio, it was just a guy. So.
Just a guy. Well, whoever you are, you probably recognise this army, whoever painted it, but it is absolutely a fantastic army, and it's obviously fully painted. So, are we going to spend the extra 10 points for having fully painted armies? No. We're too competitive, we just want to get it done, don't we?
That's it.
So, that's what we're going to do. So, Josh is going to show us what he's got in his Eldar list.
Hi guys, so yeah, I brought a battalion of Beltan today. So in that battalion, I've got a Farseer. He's a Farseer Skyrunner today, and he's got the powers Doom and Fortune. He's taken my Warlord trait today. It's a Beltan specific one, Natural Leader. Allows him to pick a Eldari unit within 3 inches, and they get reroll failed hit rolls, which is nasty.
Yeah, it's very nasty.
I've then got a Warlock who's taken the power Protect and Jinx, which, you know, Eldar players.
How many minuses is that? If it's always 6s to hit now in 9th edition, so that's.
See, that one is you either pick a friendly unit and they get +1 to their saving throws.
Lovely.
Or you pick an enemy unit and they get -1 to their saving throws. So
cursed
nasty, that one.
Yeah.
But he's also carrying my relic, which is the Spirit Stone of. Now you have to excuse me here. Afalan.
Afalan, yeah, that's probably correct. Yep.
Which allows him to reroll his psychic tests, and he's also swapped out his smite power for Fateful Deliverance, I think the power is called.
Yep.
For the troops, I've got 2 squads of Dire Avengers.
Lovely.
Both Exarchs have taken an extra Shuriken Catapult, but they've kept their Exarch powers because it's quite handy. It's a 4-up in Von.
4-up in Von, yeah.
Pretty good, especially for 9th edition, trying to stay on those objectives.
Yeah.
I've then got a squad of Rangers.
Lovely.
Which are decent. Nice backfield units. In this battalion, I've taken a squad of Wind Riders. Now, these are 7 strong, and they've all got Shuriken cannons, which in Beltan are quite nasty. Reroll rolls of 1, I believe, for Beltan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep.
I've then got 2 Falcons. Now, these are designed for the Dire Avengers to go in. Both of them have a Eldari missile launcher, and one of them, I will say this one, has a crystal targeting matrix. That's down to points.
Yep.
And finally, in this battalion, I've got a Hemlock Wraith Fighter, who's also taken. He can only take the negative version of the power, which is Jinx. So he's taken Jinx as well.
Yep.
And he's as stock because you can't in the upgrades.
Yep.
And then finally, I've paid 3 CP, so I'm down to 9 CP today, to bring along the Wraith Knight.
Oh yes.
And he is completely stock, but with his sword and shield. So that's the Titanic Ghost Glaive and the Scatter Shield.
And he has the same. He's Beltan as well.
He's Beltan.
All
yeah.
Beltan.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Can't do that.
That's cool.
Cool.
Absolutely fantastic. What a debut on the channel to show off this army. And thank you, Josh, for coming down and supporting the channel by coming here. And we're going to have a good old fight.
Indeed.
Yeah. So let's take a look at deployment and the mission. Okay. Eternal War Strike Force Retrieval Mission. So it's mission number 1 for the size of the game. So the mission briefing, let's just read this out just to get a bit of a narrative. So, the battlefield is strewn with discarded equipment, supplies and other debris of war that for various reasons you wish to recover. You must recover as many of these vital objectives as you can without sustaining unacceptable casualties in the process. So there you go, that's the mission briefing, so a little bit of narrative there. So primary objectives, so victory points are awarded for the controlling objective markers as follows. Take and hold progressive. At the end of each player's command phase, the player whose turn it is scores 5 victory points for each of the following conditions they satisfy. For for the maximum of 15 victory points. So it's pretty good. And then bullet points are control 1 or more objective markers. They control 2 or more objective markers. They control more objective markers than their opponent controls. This primary objective cannot be scored at the first battle round, so it's a pretty standard rule for match play. So secondary objectives, which we're going to choose in a second, so we'll go through that later on. So minimize losses, end game. So at the start of the battle, add up the number of units in your army. This is your army strength. If a unit splits from 2 or more individual units during the battle, then immediately increase your army's strength accordingly. Example, if one unit in your army splits to form 3 individual units, your army's strength is increased by 2. If a unit merges with another to form a combined unit during the battle, then decrease your army's strength accordingly. Example, if 2 units from your army merge from 1 unit, you immediately decrease your army's strength by 1 at the end of the battle. Add up how many units from your army are left on the battlefield, including all units embarked within transports, but excluding all units that have been added to your army during the battle. If the total is 75% or more of your army's strength, score 15 victory points. If the total is less than 75%, but is 50% or more of your army's strength, score 10 victory points. If the total is less than 50%, but is 25% or more of your strength, score 5 victory points. So really the mission is to survive and take as less casualties as possible. So we kind of got the gist of the mission now. So trying to keep stuff alive gains us a lot of points. So that's interesting. So this is the mission map that we are going to deploy in the next segment. Okay, we've made a decision as to what will represent cover. So it's actually quite narrative what we've done. So we're going to go for these here. This is obviously woods. So infantry receive -1 to hit and +1 to cover, which is pretty handy, and that's for that one there as well. And then we're going to use the statue rules. So armies of the Imperium get +1 to their leadership, so it's pretty handy. So it's within 12 inches, I'm presuming. Something
yes,
like
within 6 inches.
Oh, within 6 inches, yeah, beg your pardon. So 6 inches of that statue, and then we're going to do light cover on the top of all the buildings, but then for the purposes of not being a ruin, it's going to be line of sight blocking terrain. So this is on the inactive Sky Shield landing pad. Imperial bastions will get +1 to their cover on the top only, and on the top here.
And they're all scalable as well.
And they're all scalable as well. So that's that. And then the trench network, if you're on the wall side, of course, you'll get +1 to your cover. And these guns are inactive. So there you go, that's the terrain. And we've chosen our secondary objectives. So I've gone for minimize losses, which is in the narrative, and that one.
Yeah, we both picked that one, didn't we?
We both picked that one, yeah, for the purposes of the mission and to keep it narrative. And
for Titan Slayer?
Titan Slayer I've gone for. And I've gone for
Bring It Down.
Bring It Down, yes, because I want to take out some tanks and I want to take down a Wraith Knight. So if I take out that Wraith Knight, I get 10 points.
Plus the Bring It Down.
Plus the Bring It Down bonus as well. So that is pretty handy. So Josh, what have you chosen?
So I went obviously for the mission one. I also went for attrition, which is just killing more than the guard managed to kill.
Yep.
And then I also went for Bring It Down because James has got a fair amount of tanks that I can wipe out. So yeah.
So Josh has gone for the missions, and we're going to roll up to see who is going to deploy where, and that'll be done off camera. So in the next segment, you'll see us deployed and ready for battle. Okay, I'm going to put the camera angle on this side, seeing the Eldar. So let's talk about the deployment. So Josh, what have you done with your army?
Yeah, so I tried to keep stuff out of line of sight because I'm very quick.
Yep. Wise.
So I deployed my Wind Riders here with the Farseer, a Falcon with the squad of Dire Avengers, another Falcon. That one is the one with the crystal targeting matrix.
Yep.
The Warlock is just behind. I've then deployed the Flyer on the far right of the battlefield. Excellent. And then the Wraith Knight is out front. Now the reason he's there is there wasn't really a lot of other places to put him.
So in other words, he's very bold. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I guess the Ghost is powered up. He's not waiting around any longer. So, but yeah, I did try and use Phantasm to redeploy him. Yeah. And I tried to actually pop him about here. So
couldn't quite fit. No.
Couldn't quite fit there, which would have been great because it would have obscured him from the guard. But you know, you have to be fully on board, so
that's fine.
He has to go there.
Yeah, fair is fair. That's how you're going to play it. So rules as written.
Yeah,
we're going to play it as.
The only other thing I need to mention is that the Rangers are in reserve, waiting to pop in from turn 2. Yep.
Okay. Very cool. So that's Josh's deployment. Now for the 18th Cadian Army Group. So the Imperial Guard have been a bit aggressive. They have to be in this edition. It's all about grabbing objectives and in this case surviving in this particular mission. So there's bonus points for that. So I've deployed the White Shields and of course one of my patrons there, Rowan Douglas. There he is, representing the White Shields. And then we have the tanks. So we have Marcus Fraze is in tank commander today, and then we have Patrick Darling, and then we have Matthew as well. So we'll talk. I think actually what their ranks today. So Matthew's Sergeant Major, and looks like Patrick is a second lieutenant representing in this game. So that's pretty cool. So there he is, tank commander there. And then we have Captain Taylor Grizel. So he is in command of this force today. So it's his turn to command this platoon and this section of the company. And then we have, so the Plasma Executioners deployed, hopefully try and annihilate that Wraith Knight.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And then we have the 2 heavy weapons squads of mortars in deployment there. And then we have an infantry squad next to the objectives, and then another infantry squad, and then the sentinels, the squadron of sentinels deployed, and then the wyvern as well for additional artillery support. Yeah. So that's the forces currently on the battlefield, and I do have a reserve, which is the Valkyrie Vendetta. And the good thing about the Valkyrie Vendetta in reserve, you don't have to spend any command points as it's part of its special rule in the Imperial Armour book. So that's good. So the Vendetta is going to come on to reserve. I have got the golden holocron of destiny. So it's all about who's going to go first. Deployment's done. Battle is about to commence. And I rolled a 1. It started. Take 2. 2 and a 5. Okay, so that's probably very good for the Eldar.
Yeah.
So you're going to go first or second?
Of course, first. I think I need to cast some psychic power. Psychic shenanigans need to be cast.
Yep. I'm going to do, well, sit back and survive. So we can't score primary objectives on turn or battle round 1. So secondary objectives still can be achieved. So it is the Eldar. Battle round 1, Eldar turn 1.
Fits the narrative.
Yep. For the Emperor. Here it comes. Okay, the Eldar are on the move. So anticipating for battle round 2 to start grabbing some objective points, but secondary objectives can be achieved. So being aggressive, I think it's the way it has to be in 9th edition. So Josh, tell us what you've done with your forces.
Yeah, so with the Wraith Knight, I use the matchless agility stratagem. So that's 1 command point, and it's just any Eldar unit moves 6 inches on its advance instead of rolling. So I use that on the Wraith Knight.
Yep, excellent.
My plan is to cast a couple of good psychic powers to help increase his resilience.
Yeah.
I've then advanced the Eldar Wind Riders up 22.
Oh, aggressive.
Yeah, well they have battle focus, so they don't care for any minuses for advanced weapons.
And can you explain about the narrative behind Beltan?
Yeah,
what their traits
the
are?
way Beltan go to war is they're very, very quick to attack and also just do as much damage as possible.
Yeah. Strike hard, strike fast,
and
strike
get out
deep.
of there. Yeah. So and they also do love aspect warriors as well, which I've got a couple of squads today, but also their shuriken weapons reroll 1s to hit, which is great.
Yeah.
So yeah, the army is very much hit hard, do the job, and then get out. So they've advanced there. They've got targets of either the conscripts or possibly the mortars, if they can see them as well.
White shields, lad. Call them by their proper name. They are white shields.
Looking at, yeah.
Oh, they would say, oh, no, they're just novices.
Yeah, well, they're human scum.
Says the human being. Anyway, bit of banter. Carry on.
The Farseer, my warlord, has advanced behind the bastion there, looking to cast a couple of psychic powers and remain safe.
Nice.
He can also use his warlord trait on this unit of bikers to reroll failed hit rolls as well.
I hate to think what's going to happen to them.
It's going to be nasty. It's going to be nasty. Falcon's flown up 16 inches and parked on top of objective number 1.
Awesome.
The Warlock has also advanced 22 to be arranged to cast powers onto the Wraith Knight.
Excellent.
But also safe behind the Falcon.
Very good.
The other Falcon across the other side of the battlefield has done the same thing. He just moved 16 to go on top of the Sky Shield landing pad.
Yep.
Setting up for objective scoring. The Hemlock Wraith Fighter vector danced to turn again after it moved its about 40 inches at that point.
And that's true flyer.
It's a great flyer, that
Amazing.
one.
Lovely model.
But it's eyeing up the mortars as a potential target.
Aye.
Just understanding how nasty those things are in these kind of games. That's the movement.
Yeah, we're going to go on to the psychic phase now for the Eldar. Battle round 1, turn 1 for the Eldar.
Cool.
Okay, we're on the Eldar psychic phase, turn 1, and command phase. We've remembered to refund a command point, so we get a new command point for free. So what are you going to do on the psychic phase, Josh?
So the first power I'll go ahead and try and cast is Protect, and I'm going to try and cast that onto the Wraith Knight here.
Yeah, my psych is not within 24, so here we go.
So I need a 7, I believe.
And that's a 4.
So that would fail. Now I do have my relic. So the relic I gave my Warlock was the ability to re-roll a failed psychic test. If he fails this, he's overcome with grief. And it's so sad that he can't possibly...
Too right!
Yeah, it's not protecting his big ghost.
So here we go.
Ghost creature here. So that would go off, so
Well
they're
done.
now protected.
So you place the card. And he's got that ability on the Wraith Knight. Anything else?
Yeah, next for the Wraith Knight, I'm going to go on to the Farseer. So he's going to try and cast Fortune onto the Wraith Knight, which will give it a 5-up, feel no pain, ignoring damage.
Resilience, eh?
So here goes, need a 7 as well.
Oh!
Does cast
well
it.
Done, excellent.
So, very good for the Wraith Knight there.
Yep.
And then the last power I have for the Farseer that is going to be relevant is Doom. Now I'm actually going to cast Doom. It's 24 inch of range, so providing I'm in range, I'm going to cast it on these mortars here.
Oh, you don't like them. They're only like 50 points.
I know,
what's so
but
threatening about them?
They're so very deadly, you see.
Deadly for 45 points. I like to see. Okay, Josh is going to cast Doom on Commander Darling.
Yeah, slight change of plan here.
Oh dear me.
So Darling...
Don't kill me, Patreons! Whatever you do!
they're doomed from the start. Here we go.
Oh, that's an
You happy with
11.
that?
Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
So Darling is doomed.
Oh. Did you hear that, Patrick? Did you hear that? Okay, Josh is going to cast Smite on the nearest enemy unit that is visible.
Be the infantry, but we'll
Oh
double check.
dear me, lightning bolts flying from the aircraft.
Here we go.
Not pretty. That's a 9 that goes off.
So,
That's D3 mortal wounds.
Yep. Closest to the Hemlock. It's about 4.5 or...
It's from the model, isn't it? Or from the, is it from the base?
It's from the base.
From the base.
I believe.
Yeah, so I think
it's the infantry.
Yeah, it's definitely the infantry.
D3 mortal wounds. Just one.
Mortal wound. So I'm going to take it on this model here. So that's a guardsman removed. First casualty goes to the Eldar. Psychic play is complete. So a little bit of damage there. One of the guardsmen has been smitten. Not very nice, of course, because it's 40k. And then this Wraith Knight has had a really good turn of psychic powers.
That's very key.
So it's going to be really buffed up, difficult to bring down. So we're going to go on to the Eldar shooting phase, turn 1. Okay, for the purpose of morale, Josh has pointed out this is a further -2 to morale.
Mind shock pods.
For what was it called?
Mind shock pods.
Mind shock pods.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I believe so.
weird weaponry. So it causes a -2 to their leadership, so that actually counts as 3. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go on to Eldar shooting phase, turn 1. Okay, the Hemlock is going to shoot at the mortars. This squad here, I'm presuming.
Yep, that's the one. So it's 2d3 shots.
Yep. So that's 5 shots.
Okay. This weapon automatically hits and it's strength 12.
That's quadruple.
Yeah, it's going to be wounding on 2s.
And I hate to think what the AP is.
It's -4, flat 2 damage. Here we go.
They're dead. And that's first strike. Well, whatever it's called. They don't have first strike, but it's the first unit's destroyed. But that's 2 victory points, though.
Yeah.
For killing that unit. So they are eliminated. Okay. So tell us what you're going to do, Josh.
Okay, yeah, so the front 3 Wind Riders are going to fire at the doomed Darling Commander.
Yeah, Darling Commander. Imagine the laughter that's coming out of his mouth right now after hearing that insult. Pointy-eared princeling, who you are. Go on.
And then the other 4 are going to shoot at the conscripts.
White shields.
White shields, white shields.
You call me a proper name, boy. Go on.
Now, the thing that they'll want to remember is that I'm re-rolling failed hit rolls for being within 3 inches of my warlord.
Oh, that's cool. Right.
I'll need some dice for this one.
Yep, you better. Otherwise, you can't kill them.
So, the first 3 firing at Darling.
Go on, carry.
So, hitting on 3s.
Yep.
Re-rolling failed hits.
Oh.
Full house there.
Oh no.
Now there's strength 6 weaponry,
Yep.
so I need 5s to wound, but I'm re-rolling because of Doom.
Yep.
So not great. Only 1 shuriken so far. Let's try the re-roll.
That's AP -3, isn't it?
It is.
For shuriken. Oh.
Okay, so
2
1 more
shuriken.
shuriken and 1 normal wound as well.
So these are the 2 shurikens, needing a 6-up save. I save none, so that's 2 damage. And then the regular save of 3+. And saved. So it's 10 wounds in total left on Commander Darling.
Yeah, so I'll do the other 12 shots into the white shields.
Very good, you're learning.
So 3s to hit. Re-rolling failed.
Oh yes, because the alt
because of the Farseer's
ability.
Beltan ability, yeah. All but 1, and then these are strength 6. So 2s to wound, 6s are
kills.
Confirmed kills.
Talk about confirmed kills, you killed 4 of them. So that's those 4 dead. And then 2s to wound.
Yeah.
And what's the AP minus?
No AP minus.
No AP minus. So it's 5. Looks like it's 5 further saves.
Yep.
Of 5+ because of flak armor. Here we go. Oh, flak armor holds.
Seen that coming.
All but one. So another one goes.
So I will mention on camera, I'm going to spend 1 CP to fire and fade.
Oh, cheesy. Very cheesy Eldar.
Very Eldar, yeah.
Very Eldar here.
So they're going to tuck behind the bastion again.
Very, very sly. Very, very sly. Clever. Clever use of tactics there. So that's that damage done. Conscripts. Even I say conscripts, but white shields have taken a battering.
Yeah, so this is what the Wind Riders look like after they've fired and faded.
Very clever.
Trying to avoid some Lumen Russ firepower.
Wise. Very wise.
Next we'll go ahead and fire the Falcon. That will fire at the doomed Leman Russ.
Oh dear.
So
Patrick, your Leman Russ is getting hit. Been bullied.
I'll fire
Commander.
my pulse laser first. So heavy 2.
Hold the
Freeze
line.
to hit.
Oh,
Double hit.
Oh no.
It's strength 8, so force to wound, but
toughness
re-rolling because of doom.
Oh, good job with the re-roll.
Come on.
One goes
wound.
through. AP minus.
AP minus 3.
Okay, so 6+ save because of 3+ armor. No, so the damage
Flat
is
3 damage for that
flat
one.
3 damage. So it goes down to 7 damage.
Okay.
7 wounds remaining. Okay.
Yeah, so the Eldari missile launcher does miss. Come on, pull in.
Are you going to do a command reroll?
No, I'm going to save it there. I'm going to save it.
Okay. Okay, the Falcon's done all its shooting. Didn't spend the command reroll to do further damage or potential hit on Patrick Darling's Leman Russ tank. Okay, what next?
So I'll fire the other Falcon. The Eldari missile launcher is going to come screaming down and target the same Leman Russ.
Concentrated firepower, I see.
Yeah, well, kind of. I did make a couple of mistakes, but never to mind. The pulse laser, because of range issues, will just try and target one of these sentinels.
Yep.
James has told me about a nasty stratagem he has for that squadron. So be lucky if I can take out one of these, but we'll give it a go.
Okay.
So it's freeze to hit with 2 shots. One hit
and strength
8.
Toughness 6.
So freeze to wound.
No.
No dice. And then the missile launcher does find its mark this time.
Yep.
And then I'll
Strength
need a 4 to wound, but re-rolling because of doom. Come on.
No.
No.
So the Leman Russ has got away with that. So Eldar, little bit disappointing. But never mind. There's still some other units to shoot at, I believe.
No.
That's it. Okay. So that's all the shooting done. So in summary, the Leman Russ has taken a bit of damage, but still on full bracket. The white shields have taken a battering as well, and the white shields as well. There as well. Any charges to declare?
Unfortunately not, no.
He's not going to go for it. Okay. So there's no charges, so it's the end phase. So I'm going to do morale. So I'm not going to spend any stratagems for this, so it's just going to be a flat roll. Leadership 7. And that's going to be an 8, so one of them runs away. Simple as that.
And then there's a attrition test?
Yes. So for each model, so that's how many models are left? So 6, 7, 8. And any rolls of 1s, they start running.
Yep.
So, oh dear, so 2 more run away. So 2 more are gone. And then the white shields.
No mine shot.
Yeah, they're not within 6. Sorry, not within 12.
Oh yeah.
So I would have passed.
Oh sorry, no. Within 12 of the mine shock, but not within 6 of the statue.
Oh, well, not within 6 of the statue. Yeah, that's correct. So now the white shields. I'm just going to do a dice roll. 1. So
Passed?
passed. Well, their leadership is 4.
Auto pass on a 1.
Auto pass on a 1. So that is very, very good news for the white shields. So that's the end of Eldar turn 1, and we're going to go on to Cadian's turn 1. Okay, the Imperial Guard have done their movement. I've refunded a command point, so I'm back up to 7 command points in the command phase. So all the movement's done. So in summary, I've moved the white shields forward aggressively to anticipate holding that objective. So morale is good for the white shields. They rolled a 1 and they are hyped up to grab the objective, to claim it for the Emperor himself.
Loving life.
So these guys, I decided to stay still because I want to get rid of that flyer as quickly as I possibly can. And then the infantry, I'll move forward behind the bastion. And then the Lehman Russ battle tank, Commander Darling's tank, I'm going to keep it as it is. And I may cast a Psychic Power and Night Shroud onto it, or I may cast Smite to really be a pain on that flyer. So it's the movement phase is complete on turn 1 for the Imperial Guard, so we're going to go on to the Psychic phase, turn 1 for the Astra Militari. Okay, tactics. I'm not going to do Smite onto the Windlock, is it called? Hemlock, not Windlock. Hemlock. So that's because if I cast Smite, it's only 1d6 because it's an astropath. So I'm going to do Night Shroud to protect Commander Darling, Lehman Russ. So I'll see what I get. I think it's a 6, Warp Charge 6. And I get a 7, so that should be a pass. Okay. Are you going to deny?
Yeah, I have a deny in range with the Hemlock,
yep.
so
here we go.
Try and deny.
Got to beat 7, which you do. So that's it.
No.
So it's negated that power. So that's the Psychic phase done for the Astra Militarum, and we're going to go on to the shooting phase. Josh has very kindly mentioned to me that I've forgot to move my Imperial Guardsmen. So to claim the objective, so I'm just going to shuffle them within 3. Thank you, Josh. It is match play, but we're friendly. We do like each other. Yeah. So, but anyway, that's that done. Thank you, my friend. So now I'm going to go on to the shooting phase, and I'm going to do some stratagems here. I'm going to do Hail of Fire with my tank commander. So that's 12 shots.
Denied.
So 12 shots with his Relic Battle Cannon, which is flat 3 damage. Needing 3s to hit as he's a tank commander. So this is Commander Marcus Fraze. He's in the tank today. So he's going to shoot at maximum firepower of that Wraith Knight.
Yep.
So needing 3s to hit, and I'm going to activate the Relic of Lost Acadia, meaning it's reroll 1s to hit and to wound against all other enemy foes. So here we go. Needing 3s to hit. And the orders I'm going to do is Smoke and Shroud, spent a command point to give him Smoke and Shroud because of the ability of the Steel Commander, Tank Ace ability. And then take aim with the mortars, so it's re-roll hit rolls for Cadians if they stay still. It's pretty handy. But anyway, going back to the tank commander, Commander Fraze, needing 3s to hit, re-rolling 1s. And all but 2. So that's good. And you're toughness 8, aren't you? So needing 4s, re-rolling 1s because of the Relic of Lost Acadia. There's a few 1s there, which is good.
Good roll.
So it's another 1. So that total there is 6 at AP minus 2, and each does a flat 3 damage.
Okay, so with Protect, I'd be on a 2-up or a 4-up in Vun.
I beg your pardon, that's 7. 7 wounds, yeah, sorry about that. So 7 wounds.
So yeah, 4-up either way. So
way.
let's try and brace these.
And that's below average. Okay, but then it's flat 3 damage.
It's flat 3 damage.
So that's that times 3.
I am going to command point one of these as well.
Okay.
So So I do save
You do
it.
save them, very good.
I'm down to 7 command points.
Yeah, I'm down to 4.
Okay. However, 9 damage would have went through from the 3 that did go through.
Yep.
So
5s
to ignore because of fortune.
Yep. So
So save 3 of those. So
6 damage. So 6 damage is on the Wraith Knight. Okay. Anticipating the new rules that are coming out, heavy bolters are flat 2 damage, but we're not going to do that in this game because it's not official rules at the moment. So the ammunition is being distributed at the moment, but not fully established. So 6 heavy bolter shots at the Wraith Knight. Target maximum firepower, needing 3s, rerolling 1s. And rerolling the 1s because of the relic of lost Cadia and stood still. This is a Cadian. So it's all hit at strength 5, toughness 8, needing 5s to wound. And rerolling 1s, which is none. So it's 3 at AP minus 1, Josh.
Okay, so 2+ armor save goes to a 3+.
And 1 goes through.
Fortune.
1 damage a time.
1 damage.
1 damage. Okay. And then the hull mounted las cannon, needing a 3 to hit. And that's a hit at strength 9, AP minus 3, needing a 3, which wounds
4 up in 1.
4 up in 1. No, and you've already spent the command reroll, and it's D6 damage. And that's 4 damage. I'm not going to do a command reroll, so that's 4 damage, there's 4 dice, and ignores 2. Ooh. So another 2 wounds comes through on the Wraith Knight.
Down to 15.
Down to 15. Okay, as Commander Darling has been hurt, it's only 2 right that he fires back. And he's going to fire at the Wraith Knight. So, Smoke and Shroud has been applied to all the lean russes to give them extra protection and cover. So, I'm going to fire the 2d3 and 2d6, and I will supercharge. So this is the main primary weapon. So it's 2d6 shots, so that's 7 shots, so that's 7 into here. And then 2d3 on top, so that's only another 2, so that's 9 shots. I could spend 2 command points to do the stratagem where you basically, if the unit takes a wound, it's +1 to the hit rolls for the remainder of the phase. So I'm not going to do that because it's quite sacrificial to do that. And I'm just going to do it as a flat roll of 4 pluses to hit, rerolling 1s. And reroll 1s.
Good.
And that's pretty good actually. Yep, none of them have got hot. And strength 8, toughness 8. So force to wound, reroll 1s because of the relic of lost Cadia. And I reroll that 1. That's another wound, so it's 4 wounds at AP minus 3.
So 4 up in 1s again.
4 up in 1s. Oh, he's past 3, very good, and that's 2 damage. And then it's going to...
Fortune.
Takes 1. Down to 14. And I'm going to do a las cannon. And that reroll 1s because he stood still. He's a Cadian. And he's missed because he's not a tank commander. And I cannot reroll a reroll. So that's Commander Darling. He's done some damage. But we have another tank commander. Commander Devin Matthews of the tank. He's going to shoot at the Wraith Knight as well. So it's his debut on the channel. So 2d6 again, same procedure, maximum firepower. So 2d6 with the main primary weapon. So that's 7 shots.
Average.
So average, and then 2d3. Let's hope we get better than 1 and 2. That's a bit better, that's 5 shots. So again, supercharging, because we really need to bring this race down. We want to get these 10 points. So force to hit, rerolling 1s. And reroll any 1s, there's 1 1. That's a miss. So there's a few have missed. Okay, that average. And strength 8. Needing force to wound, toughness 8. And rerolling 1s to wound because of the relic of lost Cadia. And there's only 1 wound that goes through, AP minus 3.
4 plus.
And he passes on a 4.
Oh.
Now the las cannon. Las cannon needing a 4. That's a hit.
Good hit. Critical hit.
Strength 9, so 3s to wound. That's a wound.
Critical
AP
wound.
minus 3.
3, 4 up. Here we go.
4 up in one.
No.
Nope. And he's used the command reroll. It's
Yep.
D6 damage. And it's a 3.
Mm.
Oh.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
It is hard. Right, okay, I'm going to do it. So 5 plus a regain the stratagem. I do. I keep the stratagem. Now this is for the damage. For the Emperor. And for Cadia. And for Colour Sergeant Kell! 4 damage.
Well done, impressive. 5 up, fortune. No.
Oh, so 4 goes through, down to 10 wounds remaining on the Wraith Knight. Okay, I'm going to spend another command point. It's the strike hard, strike fast stratagem with the Sentinels. So it's +2 to my hit roll. So, yes, so it's going to be 2s to hit, but -1 for flying. And you do have a stratagem to counteract that.
Yeah, so I'm going to use lightning fast reactions just to get it back to a 4+.
Okay, just to get it back to a 4+. So stratagem on stratagem. So the relic is not in range, so it's just 50-50 chances of hitting with lascannons. So let's do this for the Emperor. Otherwise it would have been 6s to hit. And I re-roll those ones because I stood still.
Shouldn't have messed with Cadians.
Only 1 goes through. So it's strength 9, toughness 6, so 3s to wound. I failed to wound as well. So that wasn't to avail, which is a shame. Never mind. So we're going to see what else is going to shoot. The Wyvern is going to fire its heavy bolter into the flyer, but then the Storm Shard mortar is going to shoot at those jet bikes. So, Storm Shard mortar has 4d6 shots. Oh, that's a lot. That's 16, 21 shots. If I had Aerial Spotter spending 2 command points, I'd have been 3s to hit. Okay, 21 shots needing 4s to hit. Rerolling 1 and rerolling the 1. 15 hits in total, needing 4s to wound. And it's a good job because the nature of the weapon, I re-roll wound rolls. 10 saves you've got to make, Josh. Okay, no AP minus, and there's no minuses to hit and everything like that, so it's just a
4+ save.
It's pretty good, and they've got 2 wounds apiece, haven't they?
Yeah, just 1 damage.
1 damage time, yeah.
So that would be
2 and
2.5.
So 2.5 of the jet bikers have been slain. Okay, the heavy bolter, -1 to hit, need 5s, and that's missed with the heavy bolter against the hemlock. Okay, I've spent a command point for the mortars for concentrated firepower. Now, concentrated firepower is +1 to hit and +1 to wound. And with take aim, it's re-roll hit rolls because of Cadians, they are born soldiers, and they re-roll 1s to wound with the relic. So it's 3d6 shots. So that, such a shame. Only 7 shots.
Who are you targeting?
I'm targeting those.
Last, isn't it? And they're not currently more than 5.
Yes. So, yeah, that's only 7. It's a bit of a shame. Actually, it's minimum, wasn't it? With the I scored the maximum, didn't I? Yeah. That's with the Storm Shard. Well done, Josh, remember. So with the mortars, it's 3s to hit, re-rolling to hit roll because they take aim and stood still. And re-roll failed hit rolls.
Bit scared these mortars.
Yep, they've all hit because of their stratagem. And it's normally strength 4, but it's +1 to wound, so it's 3s to wound.
Very nice.
And re-rolling 1s because the relic of Lost Cadia. Take away those 1s, re-roll them. So it generates another wound. That's 5 saves of
4+.
4+.
Drop to number 2.
Drops to number 2. So another jet bite gone, and on them taking the wound. White Shield Douglas has encouraged the men with his battle cry and showed his White Shields an example. He's going to tell them to fire at the Wraith Knight with 30 shots, needing 5s to hit for the Emperor. And I'm just going to double check, am I within 12 of the Commander? Yes, he is. So rerolling ones, because this applies to all Cadian units. So take away those ones. And we're going to see how many hit. That's good shooting. Needing 6s to wound. Only 1 wound. It's just to do something.
Yep.
So 2 up save. Yeah, it's passed. Okay, 19 shots, maximum firepower with the laser blasters. I wish. The laser guns. I'm going to shoot in the sky, needing 5 to hit. Rerolling 1s because the Relic of Lost Cadia. Reroll 1s. Oh, got a few. No, it's only got 1 because it's only -1 to hit. Toughness 6, needing 6s. But rerolling 1s because the Relic of Lost Cadia, and generates only 1 hit. Sorry, 1 wound on AP -0. And saved. Okay, this squad here is going to shoot into the flyer, needing 5 to hit. And they move, they're not within the relic range, so it's only 2 hits and no wounds. Okay, that's all the shooting done on the Astra Militarum turn 1, and I'm not going to do any assaults. It's too risky. So I've done a little bit of damage. Unfortunately, I failed to bring down the Wraith Knight. So really, those hyped up psychic powers have really paid dividend in this turn. So the Eldar looks like they are on top of things, but the Smoke and Shroud has been applied for these Lehman Russ tanks. So yeah, it's looking like an interesting battle at the moment. So it looks like the Eldar are going to get ready to grab some objectives and start scoring some victory points. So here we go. We're going to calculate points in the end phase, and then we'll see what the grand total is on turn 1, or battle round 1. I forgot to mention about the morale phase. Josh has just quickly rolled off camera, rolled off a 5, and that should be a pass.
Well, because the leadership 7 and I lost 3, that would mean the wounded biker does die.
Okay.
Just debating whether or not it's worth a command point. No, I'm going to leave it.
I'm going to leave it, okay.
And then I need to roll an attrition test.
Attrition test.
Oh no, yeah, because they'd be under our strength at that point, so it'd be 1s and 2s that would die. So I am going to risk it. Command point.
3.
So that would be a pass. If I'm a command point down.
Yeah. Okay. Right, so that's that done. So he's passed his morale, but with the sacrifice of a precious command point. Okay, it's battle round 2, and we've just calculated some primary objective points. So Josh is going to go through what he has achieved.
Yep, so I'm on objective number 1 and objective number 4.
Excellent.
But James has a unit of conscript white shields within 3 inches of this objective and this objective. So I'm on 2 objective points, so that's 5 points for controlling 1 and 5 points for controlling 2. But I don't have more than James, so it's just 10 points for the
Okay, so that brings the score to 14-0 for the Eldar, and the Astra Militarum really need to get a catch up. Okay, Eldar movement phase turn 2. Beltan is on the move. So, Josh, tell us what you've done.
Okay, the Falcon on top of the Sky Shield landing pad has just moved forward ever so slightly, keeping its cargo inside of the transport for now.
Cool.
The Rangers have deployed from the webway just here.
Oh, the Rangers,
yeah,
yes.
The Rangers, yeah.
Ah.
So a little bit of careful measurement. I've been able to place them just outside of range of the Wyvern.
Wise.
Because I don't believe I have the firepower to take that out this round.
Okay.
But they are within 3 inches of the objective, which is great news.
Yep.
The Dire Avengers got out of the Falcon. They're within 18 inches of range to be able to shoot through and target the White Shields.
Oh dear.
Just standing on top of that.
That's
causes
just boys.
I know, but they're on an objective, you see. 40k is not nice.
It's not nice. It's war.
The Wraith Knight, now on its middle tier bracket, moved up 10 inches towards the tanks of the Astra Militarum. And then the Hemlock spun around 20 inches, turning twice in order to line up a nasty smite or jinx power with its cannons.
Ah, I see. Very
Apart
clever.
from that, everything else just kind of shuffled around. So.
Awesome. Right, okay. So, that's the Eldar movement phase completed. Now we're going to go on to the Eldar psychic phase on turn 2. Battle round. Okay, Josh, we're going to do?
Try and doom the tank commander from my Farseer.
Okay.
So here we go.
That's a 7.
Does just about go off. Is your...
My Astropath, is he within 24?
24, not quite.
Not quite,
So
no.
does go off.
It does go off, so the card is placed on Captain Thrace. Okay, Josh, what are you going to do?
Okay, so first power I'm going to go ahead and try and cast his Protect again onto the Wraith Knight.
Okay.
Just about in range.
Yep.
So I need a 7 again.
And that's a
one.
peril.
However, with my relic that he likes to use, and he hasn't been
Eldar trickery.
overdone with grief yet. Oh,
Get a
so that
double
was a
one, get a
drop.
double one, get a
Yeah,
double one.
Here we go.
No.
Doesn't go off, but it doesn't perils.
Doesn't perils. Okay. The Hemlock is going to go for a smite.
Yep. So
Its nearest enemy unit, which is Commander Darling.
Yep.
Whoa, no.
Oh, it's a big
No.
smite.
And I could try and deny. Actually, yes, I can. I need a double 6.
Astropath.
The Emperor. No! For the Emperor indeed! Haha, even though I can't see, I can still feel it! Awesome. Bit of Hollywood there. You need it in 40k. So that psychic power has been denied, and that concludes the psychic phase on Eldar. Turn 2. And we're going to go on the shooting phase, turn 2 for the Eldar. Okay, the Dire Avengers are going to shoot into the White Shields. The Dire Avengers are specialists at taking out infantry, aren't they?
They are, yeah. So 12 shots hitting on freeze.
Yep.
And because I am Beltan, I get to reroll 1s for my shuriken weapon.
Very good, very narrative. So it generates another hit.
Very nice.
And shuriken is strength 4.
Yep, so...
And 6s are kills. 1 kill. And 3s to wound.
That's what?
So that's
6 wounds.
6 wounds in total. 6 5-up armor saves for the Emperor. Lose. Oh, another one. Got to roll. And it's another save. So 4 have been slain. And not forgetting, of course, a shuriken kill as well. Don't worry, Douglas, you're still alive. Okay, the jet bikes are going to try and eliminate the mortars. So I'll be getting +1 to my saving throws as I'm within an inch behind the barricade.
So I need freeze to hit.
Yep.
And using my Farseer's Warlord power, I'll be able to reroll those failed.
Ooh.
Nice.
2 hits as well.
Now these are strength 6,
Oh, don't.
so I'll be on 2s to win.
Oh, don't. Oh!
So many ones.
That's a lot of 1s. That's a lot of 1s, actually.
It really
That's
is.
not
It's
good.
more than
One wound has definitely been taken. And I get a 4+ save. And I'm tempted to... Should I take cover? So it gives him a 3+ armor save. Yeah, I'm going to have to spend a command point. As it's a new battle round, 5+ a regain because of the Warlord trait, grand strategist, which I do keep that command point. So the take cover stratagem has been applied for the rest of this phase. So how many saves is that, Josh?
That was 4, I believe.
5,
I think.
5 saves. So 1 wound has gone through because it's shuriken. Actually, no. I get a 6+ save.
Yeah.
So shuriken, 6+ save, which I don't. So it takes a wound, and then the other 5 at 3+ save. And that's not good. So that's 2 whole bases gone. And of course, Josh has spent another command point, is it?
Yeah, just to see what.
So to fire and fade. So very sly from the Eldar. So I can understand what he's trying to do. Trying to destroy the artillery so they can keep hiding his infantry.
Indeed.
So very good. So any other shooting?
Yeah, I'll put the twin shuriken catapult. I think this is. He's just slightly out of the range, the warlock, but the falcon will put his twin shuriken catapult.
Notice this, people. Look, there's a dead guardsman. He's done his duty for the Emperor. May this army do the same against the Eldar Xnos filth. Pointy-eared princelings must die. Commander Phrase now being picked on. How
Nasty
could
weapon.
you? Oh no, he just ignores the smoke as
Rerolling
well.
to wound.
And rerolling to wound. Oh no. Here
Close
we
your eyes,
go.
lads. Close your
Okay.
eyes.
So the smoke and shroud hasn't really been applied.
Not yet, not yet.
Okay.
So, 2d3 shots into the Lehman Russ here. Come on, big roll for the Eldar.
Oh, average. Okay, so it's 3 shots that auto hits.
So with 9th edition, would I have to re-roll both of those?
Yes. For a command point.
I'm gonna do it.
He's going to do it. Oh, that's a drop die. That's a drop die. That doesn't count.
Here we go. Channel the D-Scythe weaponry. Go! Ah,
Exactly the same.
never mind.
So it's 3 auto hits at strength
12.
12,
Re-rolling
toughness
to
8.
wound.
It's 3s.
3's re-rolling.
Oh. Oh.
-4.
Damage.
2.
So it's,
6 wounds.
so it's half bracket. So that Russ, Commander Phrase is taking damage. You can do it, Phrase. Keep the tank together. The Falcon has declared firepower. Tell us what you're going to do, Josh.
Yep, so the Bright Lance, it's not Bright Lance, it's a Pulse Laser.
Pulse laser, yeah.
Will fire at the tank
Commander Phrase, yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the missile launcher will follow suit. The twin shuriken catapult will go against the white shield. So I'll do that first.
Something about that name, White Shield.
So freeze to hit these. Rerolling
How
ones.
could you not hit? They're
Here's-
right in front of you.
Here's the thing, Bell turn, reroll ones to hit.
Oh yeah, good point. Still miss.
But strength 4, so
Yep.
freeze to wound, 1 wound.
Wound. 5 up flak armor for the Emperor. No.
Dink.
No, not him. Not him. He's still alive. Don't worry.
Twin pulse laser shot at the tank.
Oh dear.
We hit once.
Oh dear.
Strength 8 is this weapon.
Toughness 8.
So force to wound, re-rolling.
Oh, AP minus.
3. Need to brace this shot.
-1 to hit, did you?
Yeah, hit on
Okay,
5.
yeah, hit on the 5. Very good. Need a 6 to save. For the Emperor. No. Oh, almost.
3 damage.
3 damage, down to 3. That is another bracket.
Hatch.
The tank is smoking. Come on, Phrase, hold it. Hold it together.
What are you recording?
I am recording. Gotta have a bit of banter to keep these audience amused.
Watching, yeah.
That's right. Go on, keep going, lads.
So 4+ to hit with the missile launcher. Come
Don't
on.
do it. Don't do it. Oh,
Yes.
no.
4+ to wound.
No.
-2. Brace. Duck.
Come on, for the Emperor. Hold it together, Phrase. Hold it. No.
D6 damage.
Give me 6 damage. And it's gone. Commander Marcus Phrase. Valiant. Valiant, but so brave. But does he explode? He is removed as a casualty. But does the tank explode? And there's no command reroll for that as well. So the vehicle is removed from play. One of our Patreons has gone into the archives of the Cadian Army Group in honour. We will remember the sacrifice, Marcus, for your gallantry in the service of the Emperor. May he guide you. Okay, anything else, sir?
The Farseer around the corner is going to shoot at the white shields as well. Just very, very
cheeky.
So
yep.
2s to hit here, because he's a Farseer.
Oh, they will hit as well.
Yep. Strength 4 this weapon, so 3s to wound.
Oh, stop it!
It's good.
So, 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Flak armor hold!
Oh.
Hold! Getting shot at, not good. So the morale is not looking great. 8 casualties, not good. Not good. Absolutely merciless what you're about to do. What are you going to do, Josh?
Xnos Eldar way.
Tell me about it, Princeling.
So the Falcon, the last Falcon I have this turn, is going to fire at the white shields. We can't have any of these humans on our objectives.
Bring it on! Bring it on! Come and fight me, coward!
There goes my elf ears.
Go on, keep going.
So Eldar missile launcher,
Yep.
D6 shots against the white shields.
Oh, 4.
4.
Okay.
Now it would be minimum 3 there because they're over 5, but I rolled 4 anyway. So hitting on freeze,
Oh,
2 hits.
2 hits.
Strength 4, so 3s to wound. Ooh, that's double wound.
2 wounds. AP minus
1 for the
so 6 up save.
I think so.
Yes, just double check that. The Eldar missile launcher is AP minus 1. And 6 up save. And no, 2 more down. Take 2 off.
Yep. You want to stay on coherence, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fine, those 2.
And then 2 pulse laser shots. 1 hit.
1 hit.
And 2 to kill.
Dead. You're still alive, Patreon. Fight for the Emperor! Okay, the Eldar shooting phase. How many casualties have they taken, those white shields?
They've now taken 11.
Oh dear, so that means another white dice has to come. So I've got one here. Oh, sorry guys, with the filming. So I don't think those white shields are going to last too long, but they are valiant and brave. But it's war at the same time. So, concluding the Eldar turn 2 shooting phase, a lot of damage has been dealt with. The blow is the tank commander. Gallant as he was, Commander Phrase has been removed as a casualty, and the white shields are taking a pounding, and any other damage? I don't think there
Some mortars.
is. Oh, the mortars, yes, 2 whole bases were gone. Even with the stratagem of take cover, it still didn't pay any dividend. So we're going to go on to close combat. So the charge phase is going to come up next. Charges to declare. What are you going to do, Josh?
Very important one. The Wraith Knight is going to leap over this barricade and try and swing against.
Yeah. So that'll be minus
tank.
2.
Yeah.
But I'm going to spend 2 command points for overwatching and defensive gunners.
Okay.
So my overwatch will be on 5s to hit rather than 6s. It's a shame about the overwatch, you have to spend command points, but that's one of the changes, major changes in 9th edition. So 2d6 with a primary weapon, and of course I have to supercharge. So primary weapon, 2d6 shots. So that there is 8 hits, 8 shots rather, and the 2d3. So that there is 5. So that's 5 plus 8. So 8 shots coming in. That's supercharging. Yep, so that's that. I'm going to roll it over here, a bit more space. Now, any rolls of a 1 is a mortal wound because it only applies in the shooting phase for born soldiers. So, actually, no, the relic only lasts to the end of that turn. Okay, these are the amount of shots. Here we go. So this is supercharging. Any rolls of 1s is mortal wounds because of emergency vents. So I take only 2 mortal wounds, which is good. So 2 mortal wounds down, and oh dear, it looks like a bastion has just collapsed.
Sure, it couldn't do half.
So needing 5s, and would you look at that, only 1 hit. After all that, 2 command points for a single hit.
Could be a good hit.
So strength 8, come on darling. Any wounds? AP minus 3.
No longer psychically powered up.
Yep,
So
so
a 5 up in Vun.
5 up in Vun, and it's 2 damage.
No fortune either,
So
so
it's 8 down to 8 wounds. And the las cannon. Needing a 5 to hit. Which it hits!
Oh no.
And it's strength 9. So it's 3s. And it wounds, AP minus 3.
5 up invulnerable save.
Oh! And he's done it in style.
Races it.
So very good. So now it's the important roll. Does he make the charge?
Here we go.
And that's an 8, and that's exactly what he needs. Because the minus 2 for the obstacle, and he's within 6. So the Wraith Knight plunges in to both the vehicles. Close combat. Here we go. What are you going to use, Josh?
Yes, so the Wraith Knight piled in to be
Of course.
Of course, yeah, it wants to get involved.
You are, indeed. Close
Loving
contact with the enemy.
Beautiful. So he's going to swing with his sword against the Leman Rusty charge. So
Demon Rusty charge. I
Yeah.
love your language. Go on, carry on. Demon Rusty language. Go on, just do it.
4
Right,
attacks.
kill me.
Because he's bracketed, he's hitting on 4s. Here we go.
Yep. Oh, only one hit.
Just
No.
one, so it won't be enough to kill.
I hate to think what this does.
It's strength 16,
Okay.
minus 4, flat 6 damage. So, knowing that, I am going to try and command point one of these hit rolls to try and take out the Leman Russ. Does hit. 2s to wound, and 2s, if I get 2 2s, I'll kill you.
You'll kill. Mother darling! Oh, yes! He's still alive with 1 wound remaining. You're still alive, sir. Hold it. Hold it there. Hold it for the Emperor. Back. 1 attack, needing a 6+ list. So that's that done, and the commander gets to fight back, actually. So he has a base of 4 attacks and a chainsword. So he has 5s, needing 3s. And he's missed with 3 of them, and needs 6 to wound. Nothing. So no wounds with the commander. So Commander Captain Taylor Grizel has tried to hit, unfortunately. Unfortunately, sir, he has failed to wound the Wraith Knight. Is there any other assaults? That's all done, yeah?
Yeah, it's all done.
It's all done. Okay, so that's the Eldar, turn 2, and I'm going to sort out morale. Oh dear. Let's just roll a dice and see what happens. So I roll a 4, so that's 14.
So 1 would flee.
1 would flee. I'm not going to flee with. There you go. You're gone. And then another.
You do 3 dice.
3 dice.
And 1s and 2s they would run because they're under half strength.
They hold.
They're all fine.
Okay, they're good.
Some points for you next turn.
Okay, some points there. Patreon's still alive. He is showing a fine example to these guardsmen. And mine, I've got to do morale over here, -4 because of that hemlock.
Yeah, so lost 2 and then -2.
So leadership of 6, and I lose 1, so there's a whole model gone. So yeah, that mortar squad is no more. Okay, Eldar turn 2 has been concluded. The Astra Militarum are taking a bit of a battering, but let's hope that they can take the fight to the enemy. So we're going to go on to the Astra Militarum, the 18th Cadian Army Group, turn 2, battle round 2. Here we go. Okay, victory points for the Astra Militarum. They have gained 10 victory points in this turn. And the beginning of the turn, because I have an infantry squad securing this objective, and then I have the famous white shields holding objective marker number 2. So that's good news for the Astra Militarum. So the score now is 14 points to 10.
So because of the bring it down for the Lehman Russ,
yes,
I scored. It's 17 to 10.
So 17 points to 10 is the score at the moment. So the Astra Militarum really need to take it back to the enemy. Okay, Astra Militarum turn 2. Movement. I have disengaged in close combat with the Lehman Russes. The Commander Darling's Lehman Russ had to be pulled back slightly. That is due to the damage bracket. It can only move about 3 inches, sadly. He can't shoot, so the Lehman Russ is in a poor state. However, this one here, the new commander, Matthew Drays, he's moved back and he hasn't taken any damage yet. So I still have a fully healthy Lehman Russ, which is good. And Captain Taylor Grizel has pulled back in support of his squad, which have formed a screen to protect him from being shot at by characters. So the plan is the Valkyrie Vendetta is coming from reserve, and it's in hover mode, and when it comes to ground targets, it is +1 to hit. So this Vendetta could be key to bringing down this Wraith Knight, which is not buffed up by psychic powers, so it is vulnerable. And then we have the Armoured Sentinels that stood still, and they're going to do maximum firepower into that Eldar. What's it called again? Sorry, the Falcon. The Eldar Falcon. And the Wyvern stood still for the purposes of artillery support. So, the infantry have moved forward there. This squad, the remaining squad, have moved onto this objective here, and the white shields have stood still to that objective there. So we're going to go on to the psychic phase, and we're going to do some buffs to our unit. So the Astropath, he's going to cast Night Shroud onto the Vendetta. So needing a 6 or more, which it does on a 10. Do you want to deny it?
Yeah, the Hemlock might as well try and deny it, so need an 11.
No. It doesn't. So the Valkyrie has -1 to hit rolls. Okay, that psychic play is complete. Now we're going to go on to the shooting phase for the Astra Militarum turn 2. Okay, the Valkyrie Vendetta is in hover mode, and it's +1 to the hit rolls, and it's moved. It's 3s to hit the Wraith Knight. So here we go. This is las cannon, 6 las cannon shots.
Nice.
And 2 have missed. And 3s to wound. Only 2 have gone through. I have got a command point, but I'm going to risk it and not spend it.
Risk it. 2 wounds.
2 wounds. AP -3.
-3, so 5 up. Invulnerable save.
Here we go. No, it's just 2d6 damage, unless you want a CP.
I've got 2 CP left. It would divert some more firepower, so I am going to go for it.
Okay.
No.
So CP gone, and it's 2d6 damage.
Can you bring it down?
8 or more.
Go on.
For the Emperor. Yes, an 8 it is! For the Emperor indeed!
Precision.
No command reroll.
No.
For the explosion.
Here it goes.
No, it doesn't explode. But the Wraith Knight has been brought down, and that is 10 victory points for the Astra Militarum. Key. Smouldering sinew of the Wraith Knight is smelt across the battlefield. Okay. The 3 armoured sentinels, I can't use that stratagem again because it's only for the first battle round only. So, These 3 maximum firepower into this Falcon.
Oh, no.
I need to crack open this transport. I stood still, forced to hit rerolling 1s. And that is a double 1 and a 2. That is awful. Good job I stood still. 1 hit comes through. Strength 9, toughness 7, I'm presuming.
Yep.
And that's a failed wound. That's not good. So they have failed in their objective. Okay, the Dire Avengers are going to get shot at by the Wyvern. Now the Wyvern is going to shoot at the Dire Avengers that are holding objective marker number 1. So the Storm Shard Mortar and the Heavy Bolter actually is going to shoot at the Hemlock. So I'm going to do it now, quickly. So 3s, sorry, not 3s, -1 to hit, so it's 5s because it's flying, and no wound with Heavy Bolter. So now the Storm Shard Mortar, we're in 48, 46 shots, and that is 13 shots. So 13 shots, needing forced to hit, rerolling 1s. 1-1. That's a few misses there. Quickly take them out. So strength 4, toughness 3, 3s to wound, rerolling to wound because of the nature of the weapon.
That's nasty.
That's nasty. That's very nice. They've all wounded. So that's 8 wounds at AP -0.
Ignoring cover?
Doesn't say ignores cover, it just says it shreds. So it's just reroll wound rolls.
Do I get +1 or is how we doing?
Yes, you will get a +1 to your cover save. Yep.
Okay, so 3+ cover save.
That's very good rolling.
Oh, wow,
So
great
one.
roll, yeah.
Yep.
So one
gone. Okay, 3 las gunners at long range. They've moved. They're going to shoot the Dire Avengers. Try and take them off the objective. You need 4s, 1 hit. You need a 4 to wound, 1 wound. 1 save, 3+ on your Dire Avenger from a las beam. It's saved. So that's protected. The White Shields are going to do at the same target. So 3 shots needing 5, rerolling 1s because I stood still. That's 2 hits though. Well,
good lads.
Well, one in particular, my Patreon. Come on, Douglas, show him how it's done. Needing 4 to wound. Maybe, oh dear. Oh, the curse of the dice. Never mind. Now the las beams are going to have to shoot at. Oh yes, I was going to do first rank fire, second rank fire for the order here. So that's rapid fire 2. Okay, 41 shots. So I'm going to do 20 and then 21. So this first rank fire, second rank fire. These guardsmen I'm going to rapid fire with the order from the commander into that hemlock. So needing 5s to hit. So there's a few hits there. And needing 6s. Oh, 2 6s. And that's that again, +1. So 2 so far. So drop die, needing 5s. No reroll 1s because they've moved, unfortunately. A few hit there. And it's another 1. So okay, that's 3 saves of 3+.
3 saves of 3+.
It's a cock die and a failed wound. That's 2 failed wounds.
6s for Spirit Stones.
And that's a Spirit Stones upgrade. So the Hemlock has taken 2 wounds. First damage. Okay, that concludes all the shooting because the tanks have disengaged. So there's no close combat to be done. So we're going to go on to the morale and for victory points as well.
You just want to charge in here? Because tanks are no longer flying tanks aren't locked up anymore.
Oh, right.
It would force me to do Overwatch and then I'd have to clear you before I moved on. I do have smites and stuff, but it's your choice. Might be a good tactical decision.
Yeah, I'm going to actually do that. Actually, yes. Thank you, Josh, for pointing that out. That's I'm learning. We're learning this edition while we play our games. So I'm going to do that actually. So you're going to spend a command point to Overwatch.
It is 1 CP. No, I'm going to leave it because I can shoot into combat with my twin shuriken next turn.
Okay, fair enough. So here we go. Needing 11. Douglas has shown him how it's done. So they get stuck in with the bayonet against a tank. Chip here, chip there. 1 hit. No wound. How realistic is that? So there you go. So your attacks is 3 attacks, I'm presuming.
Yep. Hitting on 6s.
6s, yeah.
3 6s.
1 hit.
1 hit.
And strip 6. And it's wounded. Takes a wound, he's dead.
Is that the Patreon?
No, the Patreon. I'm going to keep him alive as long as possible.
That was the Patreon. No.
I know. Well, he's still alive. In my books, he's still alive. Hey, White Shield has taken a casualty. I don't know. He must have charged and must have sliced his head off on the edge of the hover tank. I have no idea. I must have landed the spiky bit there. But anyway, he's dead. He's out of commission. So I'm going to do morale test, leadership of 4. And I get a 4, which is not good. And
1 or a 2.
1 or 2. I'm just, the patron's still alive! Rowan Douglas is still alive, and he's holding an objective by himself with a lasgun and a bayonet for the Emperor. So what they call Dire Avengers, yeah. So the Dire Avengers have auto passed because they're leadership 8, and they all pass because obviously no casualties, nothing's happened here, and that's it. So victory points. Now it's a big game changer for the Astra Militarum because they've achieved their secondary objective, which is called
Titan Slopes.
Titan Slopes. Is it Titan Slopes?
Titan Slayers.
Titan Slayers, sorry, is the writing. I'm trying to find a new objective board. So Titan Slayers has been achieved. That's 10 victory points for the Astra Militarum, plus killing a model as well.
A vehicle over 11 wounds.
Yes, that's 3.
Extra 3 points.
Extra 3 points. And so that brings the total to...
From your turn 2 primary, that would bring your total up to 23.
23
to 17.
points. 23 points to 17 to the...
However, to the Astra Militarum, however, attrition was scored from the Eldar, which is another 4 points.
Okay.
Which brings the total up to even Steven at 21.
It's 21 points apiece. We're drawing. It's stalemate at the moment, but there's battle round 3 is about to commence. So here we go. Eldar turn 3. So heroic deeds have been done by the single White Shield, my Patreon, Rowan Douglas. White Shield Rowan Douglas is holding objective marker number 2, preventing the Eldar to score further points. But the Eldar have gained a further 10 points for the purposes of holding objectives.
Yeah.
So that brings the score to 31 points to 21 for the Eldar. So the Eldar have caught up in victory points. So we're going to go on to the movement phase after the calculation for victory points has been resolved. So it's turn 3 for the Eldar. Josh just said all is good in this world. Tell that to a guardsman. Well, anyway, Eldar movement phase, turn 3. Josh has regained a command point on the command phase and the movement. So, Josh, tell us what you have done, sir.
So Wave 7, Falcon stay still.
By the way, I can understand why you call them wave serpents.
They look very much
they
like
look
waves.
very much familiar.
Slightly heavier.
I forgive you.
So the Farseer just darted forward slightly. These Wind Riders were bored of coming out shooting, going back. So we're going for a charge now. That's what their speciality is.
Yeah.
The Falcon on the Sky Shield landing pad stayed still. It's quite happy to sit there most of the game with its cargo all intact.
Cargo. Cargo.
The Dire Avengers moved off the barricades in order to bring some firepower down on the Guardsmen holding objective 3.
Yes, clever.
But critically, the Warlock is still within 3 inches of this objective and within 3 inches of the infantry to not get targeted. So there's a little bit of tactics there.
Is there less than 5 models?
It's less than 3.
Oh, 3 models, yeah.
So just able
just
to,
about. Yeah, well done. Clever.
Rangers stay still because they're outside range of the Wyvern, just about, without moving. The Hemlock swung round using its Wings of Cane ability to try and line up a cheeky smite and some shots against the Vendetta.
Don't like it, do you?
No,
like it.
no, it's nasty. So yeah, apart from that, that's everything in the movement phase.
Okay, movement phase has been concluded for the Eldar. We're going to go straight onto the psychic phase.
Yeah, so the Hemlock's going to try and smite the Vendetta. Happy with that?
Yeah, am I? Oh no, that's fine. Yep, 6
Sure.
goes off. Yep. We'll check if we're in 24 of the Astropath. I think I am. It's from the model, isn't it?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, it's from the model. So okay. So you rolled a 6. I'm going to try and deny that.
Go for it.
Which he doesn't. A double 6 for the Emperor.
Perils.
He's done it again.
Very nice.
I hate you. I absolutely hate you. What are you going to do, Josh?
So my Warlord is going to use his mind to blow up the mind of your Patreon there.
Rowan Douglas, please. I'm sorry
Adios.
that this had to happen.
Mate.
Peril! No! You killed me, Patreon! Oh, and he's dead. So long, Rowan Douglas.
Hero.
For the Emperor, we will forever remember you and your sacrifice. What are we going to do, Josh?
Yes, I'm going to cast Fortune onto the Wind Riders, just in case James tries to use some Overwatch.
Okay, let's go over here actually.
Have
Get
you
the
got
better
command
angle.
points?
I've got 1 command
Okay.
point left.
So Fortune does go off.
Yep, I can't deny anymore. You can only die once. I think he's used all his mental power anyway
Quite
with a
well.
double 6. So he's done that twice. Contender for unit of the game. Anything else, Josh? Anything else?
The only other power I have to cast is the Warlock. He will cast. He's got either Protect or Jinx. He's going to cast Protect onto the Dire Avengers.
Okay. That goes off.
Goes off.
Okay, well done.
Cool.
Just a correction, that was not on the Dire Avengers, that was on the Falcon. That power's gone off, so I've allowed him to do that. It's just a friendly match play game, so no worries. Okay, Elder Psychic phase complete on turn 3, and we're going to go straight on to the shooting phase for the Eldar on turn 3. Okay, the Dire Avengers, I'm going to fire some shuriken rounds into my poor regular guardsman. At
Indeed.
50 points. How many points is a Dire Avenger unit? 5?
65, 70 with the Exarch.
Okay, not too bad.
No.
Okay.
So they're hitting on freeze. Rerolling ones for Beltan. Handy little upgrade to have.
Yes.
And then freeze to wound you. 6s
To
will
kill.
shuriken.
No!
5 wounds then. Quite good, actually.
Now. 5 more wounds.
Feels
Cruel.
good killing guardsmen.
What did you say? Alright, that's it now.
They're fun.
That is it. I'm going to roll these dice, and you're going to see an amazing dice roll. You see this? It's coming. Maybe not with that roll. 4 have been slain, so that just leaves the sergeant remaining. This is just getting meaner and meaner and meaner, what he's about to do next. The Wind Riders, I'm going to knock off the final wound of Commander Darling's tank. His Lehman Russ. His prized possession. My Patreon is about to get shot to pieces. Well,
Indeed.
let the armour hold. Let's do it.
So, freeze to hit. And because they're Beltan, they reroll once.
Oh no, that single dreaded 6. No.
However, when you 5s to wound, 6s will do damage.
Oh, cruel, cruel. Right, for Hollywood's sake, let's just do the regular saves first. Okay. No.
That's his chance to get out of the
and then what would happen if I had rolled a quadruple 6? Almost, almost. Oh, it was not to be. Does he explode? Okay, Commander Darling has been slain. I'm sorry, Patrick. It's not good. But is it a good day to die? No, it's not a good day to die. He's been slain. Again, we'll remember our fellow tank commander. Patrick Darling is no more, is removed as a casualty. Okay, the Hemlock is going to fire into the Valkyrie Vendetta.
So 2d3 shots.
Oh! 5 auto hits! Oh, this is not good.
It does automatically hit, and it's strength 12 again, so freeze to wound.
7.
Toughness 7. Freeze to wound.
EP minus 4. Oh.
Flat 2 damage.
So brings it to 8 wounds remaining. Oh dear. Beg your pardon, correct for that, it's got 6 wounds remaining, so it's got a damage bracket. Who are you targeting?
Yeah, so the Farseer is going to use his Beltan ability to have the Falcon shoot at the Guardsman at re-rolling failed hits. And the reason I'm targeting the Guardsman is to knock off them from trying to secure that objective.
You just want to kill him, in other words.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
just cut to the chase, Matt.
Yeah.
Just kill him.
So how many is there? There's 10 there, isn't there?
That's a full 10-man squad.
So D6 shots from the blast missile launcher. 3, which because they're not over 11 is the minimum for that. So freeze to hit here, but re-rolling failed hits because of the Farseer's ability.
Okay.
And then freeze to wound.
Oh.
So 1 wound at -1.
No. So the Guardsman has been slain.
2 pulse laser shots. Re-rolling failed hits. 2s to kill. Does kill 1 more.
This is cruel, cruel, cruel. It's just getting crueler and crueler.
Yeah. So.
Not pretty.
For efficiency's sake, just in case James manages to keep the Sergeant alive, the Eldar targeting sensors, I'm gonna pick him out as an important target. Poor man. And the remaining Falcon is going to fire 2 pulse laser shots at him.
Just get it done, son. Get it done.
And then the missile launcher's coming over on blast mode at these guys.
Blast mode.
So 2 shots here, 1 hit, 2s to kill. Come on, boy.
No. Oh, dead. Oh, killed the sergeant.
The Eldari missile launcher against the other squad, D6 shots. Now here's the blast rule coming into effect. Because they're over 5 models, the minimum amount I could have rolled for that is 3. So 3 shots, 2 hits, 2 wounds at -1.
Stop blowing holes in my armor. 6s. No. 2 have been slain. Okay, we just had a bit of a laugh. This is a serious Wargames channel and we're just having a nice banter. But anyway, let's go back to the game. So, this is the end of the Eldar shooting phase on turn 3, and it's been absolutely brutal. So Josh is going to score a lot of points for eliminating key targets and key units. The Leman Russ, I'm sorry Patrick, your tank has been decimated by a single shuriken weapon. With the valiance of potential, I almost rolled a quadruple 6.
Yeah, almost.
Almost, but it wasn't to be. So, never mind. Yes, the sergeant has gone. He's dead. The white shield, he's dead. A few guardsmen have been picked off here, and the Vendetta has suffered some significant damage, but still a threat in this battle. So, Eldar shooting phase complete. It is the Eldar's turn on the charge phase. What are you going to do, Josh?
So I'm going to charge these Wind Riders into the Leman Russ.
A new battle round. That means 5+ a regain. I'm going to Overwatch. 5+ a regain. I do keep that command point. And I am going to supercharge you. And I'm definitely going to turn this turret around.
I can't remember, did I get Fortune off?
I'm not sure if you did. I'm not sure if you did. But anyway.
I did.
Okay. Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to supercharge. So 2d6 shots. Only 4. Shame.
So I thought.
And then 2d3. Thank you. And that's 3. Not good. That's a bit disappointing. Okay. 6s to hit. And any 1s, because I'm going to supercharge, are mortal wounds because of emergency vents. No overheats, but 3 6s. That's really good. At strength 8, 80 minus 3. And what is your armor save?
4+.
A 4+. So 2s will be kills.
Brutal.
For the Emperor. Yes. 3 have been slain.
Oh, no.
That's good shooting.
However, Fortune.
5
up to ignore damage.
5 up to ignore damage. You do 2 wounds at a time.
Yep, so this one.
Yep.
5+.
5+.
Are they guided by the Farseer?
Yes, so you do
But
another...
he took a wound already.
He already took a wound already.
He's dead.
Okay.
This one?
Yep.
No. And then can the last one brace 2 damage?
No.
So it didn't
That's
make a difference,
good
huh?
shooting from the Executioner. Kevin Matthews' tank. Well, he is very sly. Because he has a special request for future battle reports. There may be a sly Cadian approaching. And of course, Josh has reminded me, he is very sly indeed. Devin is very sly. He is sly Matthews. Overwatch on a roll of a 6 for the Emperor. No, it's not to be. Does he make the charge? -2, so that becomes a 5. Is it a fail? Oh, your jet bike, you ignore.
Oh yeah.
You ignore. Yes.
So
carry
fly,
on.
don't I? Yeah.
Yep, you fly. So he's in contact with the enemy. Okay, so after all that, he has 1 attack and a 3+ to hit. Did you roll?
I missed.
Oh, you missed. Oh, right. Okay, that's conclusion done. I have a full bracket, so only 6s. No, it's not to be. So that concludes the assault phase for the Eldar on turn 3, and now we're going to calculate points and morale. So morale, I'm not within 12, sadly. So needing a 3+. Yes, they're fine. They hold their morale, which is good. And
I
that's
need to do morale.
You need to do morale. You've lost 3.
Yeah, so the leadership 7, so not a high roll.
That's a 1, which is
fine.
what you wanted.
He's a brave.
But that's deadly for the tank because the tank has been
hit again. You may be able to shoot a las cannon at me though.
Yes, that is true. That's a good point actually. So I may be able to do that to blast you off the face with a las cannon. Not nice. So we're going to go on to the Astra Militarum turn 3 coming up. Okay, we just calculated points for the Eldar. So what have you achieved, Josh?
For killing the Leman Russ on 1 wound there.
Yep.
I've scored 3 points for Bring It Down, and I killed 2 units.
You did. You
both the
killed
Lim and Russ.
Sergeant and my Patreon.
Well, 3 units then, because the Lim Russ, the Patreon.
2 patrons you killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be three kills towards attrition. So James has to try and kill 3 units of mine for me to not score 4 points.
Okay. Right. So the grand total points so far is.
So far you're looking at 20 from the primaries, and then a total of 34, I believe, from the 21 last turn plus the primary of 10. That's 31 plus my Bring It Down 34, with the potential of scoring 38 after attrition.
So 38 points to.
To at the moment. Probably, well, you're currently on 21.
Currently on 21. Okay. But we've got an objective, so we could score 5 points.
Yeah.
So that brings the score up to that. So that'd be 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 31 points to 26. Okay, 18th Cadian Army Group, turn 3. We're kind of running out of options, so we have to kind of be desperate. So I've decided to advance the Armoured Sentinels. 1 for all and all for 1. The 3 Centenniers. So they advance forward, and they're going to go towards one of the objectives. That's objective marker number 3, and they're going to shoot the las cannons, and I don't care. They're just going to shoot. They're just going to be aggressive, get stuck in.
When you say you advance, did you advance them, or did you just?
Oh no, advance is in like I've moved normally. Yeah, still got shoot. No, they didn't advance. Yeah. So they've moved normally, moved 6 inches. The Scout Sentinel moves a bit faster, but it's less armoured, so they can only move 6 as opposed to 8. And we've got the Valkyrie Vendetta, which is sadly half bracketed, but they're going to shoot at possibly maybe the tank. So hopefully if that cracks open, the Storm Shard mortar will start shredding the infantry. So that's the plan there. Or I may take out this infantry unit, we don't know. So I'm going to make this quick. So psychic phase, yes, I've moved the company commander stood still. It's going to probably issue orders like first rank fire, second rank fire, and the Astropath is probably going to cast Smite, which is what I'm going to do right now. So Smite with only 1 dice. So I need a 5 or more of a d6. And I get a 5. Are you in 24?
Just about.
Yes, okay. So you need a 5, which you usually do. Oh, that's that attempt failed. So there you go. Psychic shenanigans over for the Astra Militarum. We're going to go on to the shooting phase. And straight away, I'm going to do the 3 armoured sentinels with the las cannons. I'm going to shoot at that vehicle there, that Falcon. You're going down. 4 to hit, no modifiers. And that's 3 hits.
Good stuff.
And this is going to be 3 wounds, I reckon. Oh, I need 1 wound.
2 wounds?
Yeah, 2 wounds. Am I going to spend the command point? It is quite important. I'm going to do it. So I've already did the Grand Strategist reroll. So it's just a 3 plus to regain. That's a freeze to wound. So that is AP minus 3.
Nasty stuff. Do vehicles get cover? Well, we'll see what
no, I don't think you do get cover, no.
No?
No. It only applies to infantry.
So that's 3 that go through
3 that go through, so that's 3d6 damage. And that is 10 damage that comes through. And you've got 12 wounds, haven't you? On the Falcon.
Yeah, 12 wounds.
12 wounds. It's down to 2 wounds. Okay, the Vendetta. I'm not going to split my fire. It's going to do maximum firepower with 3 twin las cannons into the Falcon, needing 5s because of the damage bracket. That's 2 hits, 3s to wound. Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, that is painful. That is really, really painful. This failed its objective. That's game changing. Oh, it's not a good day for the Astra Militarum. Okay, the Storm Shard Mortar. We're going to have to take out the Dire Avengers. They seem to be a threat. And the heavy bolt is going to have to shoot into the flyer. So the flyer first, needing 5s. Okay, 2 shots. Sorry, 2 hits. Needing 5s. No wound. And then the Storm Shard Mortar into the Dire Avengers over here. So here we go. The Wyvern rate of fire is 8, 11, 13. Unlucky for some. 13 shots, needing 4s, rerolling 1s. And rerolling 1s because we are born soldiers of Cadia, our former homeworld. So a few have missed. That's 7 hits. That's strength 4. 3 saloons, gets toughness 3. And the nature of the weapon means I reroll wound rolls against infantry. So that is 6 saves of 4+, or 3+, whatever your armor save is.
It's 4+. There.
4+. Okay.
Okay. I'll take them on the Exarch first.
Okay.
I'll take 4+.
Oh,
Dies.
Exarch dies.
And then it was another 2, wasn't it?
Another 2, yeah.
2. One more
gone.
dies.
Okay, so that's a morale token on there.
2.
And there you go. So 2 have been cut down and shredded by the Wyvern. Okay, first rank fire, second rank fire has been ordered from the Captain Taylor Grizel. He has ordered first rank fire, second rank fire. So it's 1, well actually the sergeant's out of range, so 1, 2, 3 troopers are going to shoot into him, and then the other 2 are going to have to shoot into the Falcon. So 4 shots into the Falcon. So that's 3 hits in 6s, 1 wound.
Failed.
Has failed, so it takes a wound on the Falcon. And then we have 6 shots with the las guns against the jet bike. And 4 hits, and in 5, so toughness 4. So that's 2 wounds. AP-0.
4+.
And takes a wound.
1, but fortune from...
Fortune. No.
Takes a wound.
Takes a wound. Okay. End of the Astra Militarum shooting phase on turn 3. It's a real shame about the Sentinels not doing quite enough damage against the Falcon, and the Vendetta rolling that dreaded 2 damage, which is not what we wanted, which is a shame. Actually it wasn't 2 damage, it was 2 to wound, which you needed a 3 to wound, which is a shame. And the Rangers are still alive. I haven't paid the points for the Sponson heavy bolters on the Vendetta. So the Guardsmen did quite well. They picked up a wound on the Falcon, and also they've picked off a wound on that lonely jet bike as well. So Captain Grizel is being desperate in the orders, and the infantrymen are fighting for their lives at this very present moment. So we're going to go on to the morale phase. Have you taken any casualties? I think the Dire Avengers have been shot at as well. That was from the Storm Shard Mortar, the Wyvern, and the Heavy Bolter didn't do any damage on the Flyer. So, what is your morale?
Morale's 7 without the Exarch, so
3.
Pass.
That's a fine. Yeah, that's kind of expected. So there you go. So we're going to go on to Eldar turn 4. Battle round 4 coming up. Okay, we just calculated victory points for the Eldar. It's looking really good. I think they're going to probably win this little skirmish on the first debut battle report on, or match play battle report on the JB Wargame 87 channel. So, Josh, tell us the results for the points.
Yeah, so the Eldar are on 4 objectives, that brings them in a total of 15 points for the primary.
The objectives being this one because of the Rangers, this one, and this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they managed to get attrition as well from last turn,
Yep.
Which brings their total up to 53, and James is on a total of 26.
Okay, so 53 points to the Eldar and 23 for...
26.
Oh, 26, sorry. 26 for the Astra Militarum. It's looking desperate for the Astra Militarum. They really need to get a move on, otherwise they will not win this fight. Okay, Eldar, turn 4, a new battle round 4. So, Josh, tell us what you've done.
Yeah, so I stayed there with the Falcon. It's quite happy to sit there, like I said, and the previous battle round. The Rangers have stayed still.
Yep, like they've done all game. They just reveal themselves. Well, we're doing our job.
They've got their nice cloaks. They can.
They don't even have to wipe the blood off their shirts or anything.
No, that's why they've got the big coats. They're happy to sit around all day in their comfies.
Your little comfies, little chair, portable chair. Oh, anyway, right. Let's get to the game.
Warlock stays still on this objective, happy to sit there as well.
Yeah.
The Falcon stays still, as did the Farseer. The Wind Rider just pushed up slightly to continue to harass.
Now, can you explain the actions of the Farseer, how that is staying still? It looks as though he's always moving.
See, yeah, I would agree. However, I'd imagine he's spinning around on the spot.
It's pretty easy, just presses a button. Stop button.
Here you go, VTOL mode. Yeah.
Veto.
The Hemlock is coming after this company commander, or either the tank.
Hey, don't you bully my Patreons. They won't be pleased. You already killed 3 of them.
I know. So
you love it.
I do. So
Insult my Patreons. How dare they?
the easy kills.
I'm boiling hot.
So yeah, that's it for the movement. Now on to Psychic Phase.
Alright, Psychic Phase coming up for the Eldar on turn 4. Battle round 4.
Okay.
Smite!
Smite from the Farseer.
Into...
Closest would be...
oh dear, that goes off. Can I deny? Where is my Astropath?
He is just there.
Yes, am I in 24?
24. Well, I was to deny you and I haven't moved, so yeah, go for it.
For the Emperor, he can do it again. Do it again, Astropath. No. Yes. Oh, he's done it again! He's done it again!
Well, he's going to get smited now as well.
No!
I'm not sure what's closer here, but...
That's a perils.
Command point. Had 2, so
okay.
This takes me down to 1 again.
Get a 1. Oh.
D3 mortal wounds.
On...
probably going to be the company commander. It's 2 inches and it's less than an inch. So on the company commander then.
Dear. My Patreon.
What am I doing?
Well, it's a 1 anyway.
It's 1, yeah.
Yes, either way. He's got 4 wounds. He's taken a wound. So he's down to 3 wounds. The Captain Taylor Grizel has been wounded.
Oh, do you know what I've realised I've done? I've skipped from my Farseer, which in 9th edition means that I do not get to cast any more powers.
Okay, Josh has just explained something quite interesting in the new 9th edition rules. What is that, sir?
So yeah, you can't you can't move over from Psychers after casting powers. So when I forgot to cast my 2nd power of my Farseer, I've lost the other chance to cast. So
oh dear. Okay.
Yeah, need to adjust to that in 9th edition. But, so the only Psyker, sorry.
We are both students of war. Well, in our army there's no students left at the moment. There's still a few left, but not many will survive, I don't think, in this battle. So, Anyway.
The last power I'll try and cast is Protect.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it on myself just in case James has any
crafty
ideas about, you know, shooting me with a vendetta.
Yeah.
So that does go off.
Okay.
So +1 invuln save for
Very cool.
my Warlock.
Okay, awesome. I think that concludes the psychic phase for the Eldar on turn 4. And we're going to go on to shooting phase next. Okay, just to mention, I forgot to mention this in the movement phase, he's moved the Dire Avengers that were previously there back into the Falcon. So they've embarked in that vehicle.
Keeps them nice and safe.
Yeah, okay. 3 shots. Every shot counts in this.
Yep.
So 2 hits.
2 hits.
And no wound.
No wounds.
That's against Lee and Ross.
Mm-hmm.
That's Matthews. Okay, the Hemlock is going to go into the Patreon. Devin Matthews, brace yourself.
2d3.
Okay.
4. And it'll be freeze for wounds here.
Yep.
Nasty weapon.
It's very nasty.
Okay.
And it's AP minus
4 and 2 damage. So
2 damage. So that'd be 8 wounds. He's
4
taken.
wounds. Because it was just 2 wounds that I did.
Oh, 4 wounds.
Yeah, it's 2 damage.
So he's got 8 wounds left.
8 wounds left.
Yeah, 8 wounds left. Okay. He's going to fire, even with his main primary weapons from the Falcon, is going to take out as many troops as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine being hit by a pulse laser. Not very pleasant.
No.
So, okay, do it, Josh.
So, once again, Warlord trait onto the Falcon to fire at the Guardsman. Pulse laser, double hit, 2s for kills, 2 Guardsmen. Sniped.
So I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to do that one and that one.
And then the D6 blast from the missile launcher.
1.
However, at the time of shooting, there were more than 5.
Mm-hmm.
And where all the attacks happen at the same time.
Yes.
For this unit,
So it's minimum of 3.
Minimum 3.
Yep.
So freeze to hit.
Okay.
Freeze to wound. 2 wounds at -1.
1 save, 1 kill. Okay, the other Falcon's going to hit on 5s. Yes, normally ballistic skill 3+. Now it's been reduced to ballistic skill 5+.
So the same target.
And same target, no mercy.
No.
Just like Beltan narrative.
Indeed. So
Yeah.
I can have a reason for being
Cruel.
merciless. Yeah. So D6 missiles, now not minimum 3 because there's only 3 models.
Yep, so new target.
Just 1.
1.
Hits on a 5, no
No.
luck. And then twin pulsar, 1 hit, 2 to kill, does kill.
Okay, so I'm going to have to take off this guy here. Okay. Okay, so lost 4 models, but a further -2 because of the Hemlock's ability. It's called again
Mind Shock Pod.
Mind Shock Pod. Very strange Eldar ancient technology, but it still works. Okay, the 5 Rangers are actually going to shoot at the Vendetta. So you need 4s to hit.
4s to hit?
Yep. So 4 of hit.
Is it a shuriken?
I don't think it's a shuriken weapon. We'll check that though. Okay, it's not a shuriken weapon, but it does cause mortal wounds on 6s in addition to other damage.
But 5s to wound?
It's 5s to wound. Yeah.
No
So
luck.
no wounds, so it bounces off the armour. Okay, Eldar shooting phase on turn 4 has been concluded. So we've just showed you what has just happened, and we're going to go straight on to any charges?
Just the 1.
Okay, I haven't got any CPs left, so you may as well just do the charge right now. Just to bog me down, and he goes in there like that. I wish Overwatch was back. I really do wish that. Okay, Josh has just missed with his jet bike. I do hit you.
Oh no.
And strength 6, toughness 4, 3s to wound. I wound you. You've got a 4-up save, otherwise
50-50.
No.
No. And because this would allow the tank to fire in the next turn, I will use my last command point here to
Can
try
use
and
his
save
command
this.
report. And it's a
No.
2, he's slain. Devin Matthews is a hero. He's actually reversed and squished a jet bike. So pleased what he's done.
In the previous turn.
So that's brilliant stuff. A bit of Hollywood. It's like, I reverse back at me, not again. And just crush that jet bike. Ah, it's brilliant stuff. Anyway, imagine a 60-ton Lehman Russ reversing up your...
He didn't expect that, did he?
No, he didn't. So anyway, that concludes that. So we actually won a round of combat for once. Wow. That's pretty good with a tank. So there you go. So we're going to calculate points and morale. So morale, we're going to do morale straight away. So on a roll of 1, I pass. On a 4, no. So one model goes, and on a roll of 1 or 2, they run away. No. So just the sergeant is left with that squad. Okay. Any objectives have you achieved, Josh?
No, so I didn't do any bring it down objectives.
The secondary objectives.
No. Yeah, and attrition I also didn't manage to kill a full unit this turn.
Okay.
So no.
Okay, so no secondary objectives have been achieved. Now is one of the last chances that the Astra Militarum have to bring down some units in order to try and win the game. It's mission impossible. Cadia, it's not standing anymore, no, but it will stand as a people, now. As a regiment, and as a faction. Cadia will stand. So, Cadians, turn 4. Okay, the game I think is lost, but we're going to conclude this turn, this battle round, simply because I hold no objective on turn objective marker number 6, which is a shame. I removed the models from within the objective. I shouldn't have done that. I should have sacrificed the sergeant. But it's 40k, so.
You sure?
yeah, it's fine. That's fine. I learn by my mistakes. It's war. Mistakes are made. It makes us a better player as well. So that's what I'm going to do. So I kind of knew that it was going to go from downhill since this incident over here, failing to bring down the transport.
A shame.
So for the purpose of the game, you have to learn hard. So I'm just going to do some shooting for the purposes of this battle report, and I'm going to do some movement, and then we're going to go straight on to the psychic phase. Okay, Astra Militarum, turn 4. So we're just going to wrap up this game, but we just want to do some shooting for a little bit of fun, for your viewing pleasure. So we know that the objectives haven't been achieved. They will fall back, but we need to kill some Eldar. So the Astropath has stood still. It's probably going to cast Smite and try and do some damage on the Hemlock. That Hemlock has been absolutely deadly in this game.
Unit of the game for sure.
Yeah, unit of the game for sure. And then the Wyvern stood still, like it has all game, because it's an artillery piece. That's what it's designed to do. Sentinels will move forward another 6 to try and secure that objective. And then the Vendetta, I decided to stay still in hover mode for the purposes of +1 to hit against ground targets. So that's pretty good. The Sergeant and the Commander, Captain Taylor Grizel, that's his name. So Captain Taylor Grizel, he is still alive in the mission. He's taken a wound, but he is still alive. So he's got 3 wounds remaining. So the Lehman Russ as well. I've regained a command point, and he's going to stay still for the purposes of rerolling 1s to hit. And we're going to go straight onto the psychic phase. Okay, the Astropath, he's going to cast Smite onto the Hemlock, needing a 5. No, it doesn't go off. And just as simple as that, psychic phase is complete. We're going to go straight onto the shooting phase. Okay, the 3 remaining Scout Sentinels haven't even taken any damage. I'm really surprised.
Yeah.
So the Armoured Sentinels, they're not Scouts, sorry, they're Armoured Sentinels. They're going to shoot at the Falcon. Hopefully they'll bring this down. So needing 4s to hit. So 2 hits, I need 3s to wound. 1 wound goes through, AP -3. Now Josh needs a 6+ save, which he doesn't make, and it's D6 damage. This needs to be cracked open, and 2 is just what I needed. Does it explode? It explodes. We have an explosion, and is it within 6 inches? I don't think I am.
No, just out.
Just out. And the guys inside are going to take some casualty rolls.
I'll roll those now.
And any rolls of 1s, models are slain. And 1 model is slain.
Okay.
Okay, the Die Avengers have had to do an emergency disembark because due to the vehicle exploding. So that is good news, but it's too late now for the purposes of shooting. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the Wyvern to blow them away from that objective. So it's 4d6 shots, and the heavy bolter, we may as well do that. I'm going to shoot at the hemlock. Needing 5s, 1 hit, and needing a 5, which is a 6. So you've got to make a save, Josh, of 4+. No, takes a wound. And then 4d6 shots with a Storm Shard Mortar into this Dire Avenger unit. So that's 12, and that is 16 shots. So pretty powerful.
Just realised I forgot my 6 up feel no pain.
Oh, 6 up feel no pain,
No.
which he doesn't make. Okay.
Down to 9.
Okay. Needing 4s, rerolling 1s. Let's take out that 2. That's a few 1s in there. Okay. Take away the 3s and the 2s. Okay, freeze to wound, reroll because of the nature of the weapon.
It's a good weapon, this one.
It is a good weapon.
I like it.
So that there, Josh, is that's 10 wounds.
Wow.
10 wounds.
Can I go
At-
down?
Yeah, remember the old rules. You do get your cover bonus.
Yeah, so I'll do on the normal the normal Dire Avengers first. So they save, lose 1. So I'll just do 1 at a time. Lose another, and then I'll put them onto the Exarch. So 2 at a time. He loses a wound.
And you have to do the Exarch again.
Yeah, and I have to do the Exarch. Sorry, how many have I done? 6, 7. I've got 3 still in the Exarch, and then the others will fall over. The Exarch dies, and 1 more dies, so there's only 1 poor Dire Avenger left.
1 poor Dire Avenger left. Now the Vendetta. Now, I'm going to have to fire a twin las cannon into this lonely Dire Avenger, and the 4 las cannons are going to shoot into the Rangers. Or should I blow up the Falcon? Yeah, let's blow up the Falcon. Let's do it. 6 shots, needing 4s. So 3 hits. Oh, 1 wound only. What a shame. AP minus 3.
6 up.
No, and D6 damage. 3 damage.
Down to 8.
Okay. Now the Liam Russ Plasma Executioner over here. He's going to shoot at maximum firepower into the Falcon. So the Falcon, so the main weapon. So 6 shots, 2d3. So that's 5. So that's 11 shots for the plasma, supercharging. And then a las cannon. So the las cannon misses, because it's just a regular tank commander. But Matthew Drizel, honoured Patreon, he's going to survive for another day. So forced to hit. Rerolling 1s because they're born soldiers of Acadia. That's pretty good actually. Strength 8. Eating 3s. and no rerolls. So it is 4 wounds at 80 minus 3, and each does 2 damage.
4 wounds. I need a single 6 here.
2 6s, that's only 4 damage. So that falcon is still alive. The commander, Taylor Grizzell. Captain Taylor Grizzell is going to do the Hollywood thing by firing his bolt pistol into the...
Do you remember the last cannon?
Yeah, I did the las cannon. It failed to hit. So the captain, needing 4, -1 to hit. He hits the bolt pistol. It doesn't wound. And the las pistol from the sergeant. He misses. So that concludes turn 4 for the Astra Militarum, and we are going to fall back.
Okay.
Yeah, you may as well do morale now. So morale is at 6. And
True Beltown way.
True Beltown way.
As they start losing casualties,
They start falling back.
to skim.
They start to scalper. Okay, it's been a brilliant game. We've played this game for about 5 hours or so, but it's just been absolute Hollywood moments here. And I think that adding the patrons to the game makes it funny, and I think it's just a simple idea, and it makes it more interactive with those that want to support my channel. So thank you to you guys for your support, and I will honour your names in the end after we calculated the victory points. So we're going to get a final score. So the Guard have fallen back due to the amount of casualties. They realise they cannot claim this objective, and the Eldar have secured this sector. So we're going to get a final victory points coming up next. Okay, we've just calculated the victory points. So the final score is...
At the end of turn 4, including the 10 points for being painted either side,
Yeah.
is 73 to the Eldar and 49 to the Astra Militarum.
Okay.
But narratively, both of us were able to keep over half of our force alive, which scored us 10 points each for the secondary.
Okay, so there you go. So that's the result. It is a defeat for the Astra Militarum, but we'll just send in another platoon.
And we'll retreat.
Like the Beltan does in the lore. So there you go. So that's the result. The debut battle report has been shown, and I hope you guys liked it, and be sure to look forward to the next battle report that will be coming up in the near future. So if you want to support me further, do hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment. And if you want to join the 18th Cadian Army Group, do consider supporting me on my Patreon page. That's www.patreon.com/JBWargamer87. And maybe you can have the role of fighting the enemies of the Imperium in our grand 18th Cadian Army Group. Okay, honourable Patreons that have fought in this battle gallantry. All of them have done a heroic deed. So, Marcus Fraze, Patrick Darling, Taylor Grizzell, Roland Douglas, and Devin Matthews. Thank you guys for your support on my channel. Also, just like to mention that when it comes to the company commanders, we're going to rotate it around so that they'll each get a turn and everything like that. So there'll be special requests, they will be shown, and we're going to try and make the lists so that it has variety and everything like that, so that it doesn't become too stagnant and a bit samey. So we're going to do some different lists, different roles, different formations, different styles of platoons to keep it in the match play theme, but also in a narrative aspect as well. Includes this game. Units of the game for me. Well, it's a tough one actually. It is pretty tough. The executioners did well. Unfortunately, they did well in the beginning. A few turns, but they got bogged down by jet bikes. So they couldn't shoot for 2 turns, and that's probably what won the Eldar the game. They didn't have the firepower to neutralise the vehicles, which was holding the troops. And they were grabbing points every time. The Vendetta did pretty well by knocking out the Wraith Knight, so that's pretty impressive what it done there. So Josh, what is your unit of the game?
I think the Falcons did well.
Yeah,
I think in
Falcons
9th
did well.
edition they're quite essential to hold on to the troops, but also be a bit of a gun platform.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, for a single unit, it's got to be the Hemlock.
Yeah, it's definitely better than the Chimera, without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh yeah, the Falcons are, but the Hemlock by itself, I mean, it is expensive, but if left untouched, it does the work. So yeah, it's great.
So the Hemlock is going to be unit of the game for the Eldar.
Honourable mention for Falcons.
An honourable mention to the Falcons as well. I'm going to give the honourable mention and unit of the game to probably the Vendetta. So it's a good unit to have. It's a lot better than it used to be. And there you go. So that's units of the game.